Hey everybody, it's Angela again. Can you guys believe it has been another week? I know, it's crazy, right? But here we are for another junior church / Sunday school lesson. I'm so glad that you guys have been watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching these videos and that you've learned just a little bit of something. I hope you all had a wonderful week. This week was a little bit chilly, wasn't it? But that's all right. Spring is still here and the flowers are coming out and so are the leaves. And you know what? That's all that matters, is that spring really is here and it's getting so nice outside. It's just taking a little bit of time, but that's okay because we're being patient, right? Does anybody remember we talked about patience last week? Were any of you guys a little more patient this week? Did you try to be a little more patient? I hope you did. I hope you guys found lots of things to be thankful for this week. And I hope that you guys said please and thank you, and that you were helping someone this week. Those are all things that we should continually work on no matter what the circumstances, no matter what's going on. So I hope you guys have been doing that. Well, I already said the word that we're actually going to be talking about today, and it's thankful. We're going to be talking about thankfulness. So our story today is actually found in Luke 17. So the book of Luke is in the New Testament. So there's the Old Testament and the New Testament. And Luke is it's the third book of the New Testament. Matthew, Mark, Luke. So it shouldn't be too hard to find. I hope you guys read this story on your own, but I'm going to read it for you. So it's Luke 17. Okay, I got my Bible, and it starts in verse number 11, okay? All right, so it says, "Now on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into a village, 10 men who had leprosy met him. They stood at a distance and called out in a loud voice, 'Jesus, Master, have pity on us.' When he saw them, he said, 'Go, show yourselves to the priests.' And as they went, they were cleansed. One of them, when he saw he was healed, came back, praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him. And he was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, 'Were not all 10 men cleansed? Where are the other 9? Has no one returned to give praise to God except this foreigner?' Then he said to him, 'Rise and go. Your faith has made you well.'" So in this story, Jesus is traveling along with his disciples, and they come across 10 men who have leprosy. Now, if you've ever heard of leprosy, it's a really yucky, bad disease. Now, they found ways to deal with it and cure it now, but back in the Bible times, if you got leprosy, it was a death sentence. Your skin turned all white and it began to eat away. It was a really miserable, painful disease, and it was it spread very easily. So if you had it, you had to leave your family, you had to leave the city and go outside of the city and live with other lepers because it was so easily spread through other people, so you couldn't be around them. So if you got this, it was a death sentence. So no one liked to be around anyone who had leprosy. So as Jesus was going by, he saw in the distance these men who had leprosy, and they recognized that it was Jesus. And so they shouted to Jesus, "Lord, have mercy on us." And Jesus did have mercy on them. And he said to them, "Go and show yourselves to the priest." And by saying that, what it meant was, in order for them to be able to be accepted back into their families, they had to go to the priest, and the priest had to make sure that their leprosy was gone. So the men went on their way, and as they went on their way, it says that they were cleansed. Their leprosy was gone. Their hands the flesh was back. They looked normal again. Well, one of them, as he started to notice this, immediately he turned back around and he ran back to Jesus. And it says that he fell on his knees and he worshiped and he praised and he thanked Jesus for healing him. And Jesus goes, I thought I healed 10 men. Where's the other 9? Why are you the only one? And there's something else too. It says that this man who came back was actually a Samaritan. Now, the Samaritans were not liked by the Jews. They didn't get along. They liked to stay on opposite ends. They did not like each other. So the fact that this man was actually a Samaritan and came back to Jesus to thank him was such a big deal. And so Jesus was showing that. And this man was grateful for what Jesus had done. And so Jesus said, where are the other 9? Why haven't they come back? And he said to the man, he said, go on your way. Your faith has made you well. Now, we hear that story and we go, if I would have been healed, yeah, of course I would have gone back and said thank you, right? I hope you would have. And I would like to believe that I would have gone back and said thank you. But we have to actually stop and think, would we really have gone back and said thank you? Or would we have been like the other 9 and just continued on our way and gone back to our families and gone back to our lives and forgotten all about this miracle and great thing that Jesus had just done for us? Just think about that. And you might still think, yeah, I still would have come back. Okay, but let's put it in today's perspective. How many times when something good happens in your life, or maybe an accident could have happened, you could have gotten hurt, a family member could have gotten hurt, but they didn't, and you go on your way. Do you stop then and say thank you to Jesus? Or do you just go on your way and keep going and not say thank you? I know in my class I harp a lot about saying please and thank you, but it's such an important thing. I don't just say it because I want to hear a thank you and because your parents want to hear a thank you. It shows gratitude and it shows respect. And we want to thank God for what he does for us because we want to show him respect and honor because he's the creator of the world. Have you guys ever stopped to say thank you to God for creating the world, for even creating you? Now you may go, but I'm not glad he created me. There's so much wrong with me. There's so much I don't like about me. Oh, but don't look at yourself like that. God created you for a specific reason. He created you the way you are for a specific reason. He loves you so much. He thought so much about you and the way he wanted to make you, the hair color he wanted to give you, the eye color, every little detail about you, even the things you like and don't like. Have you ever stopped to thank God for giving you the interests that you like, for giving you the family that you have? Maybe you think, I'm not thankful for my family. You should be. There's lots of people out there who don't have a family. And maybe you go, well, I'd rather not have a family. That's so sad. Do you know there's people out there who would give anything to have a family? So don't look at your family as, I don't get along with them, I don't like them. Look at them as a blessing that God has given you, because he has, and be thankful for them. So I come back to the question, if you were one of the men who had leprosy, or women, would you have come back and said thank you? Really, really think about that. And if you say yes or no, think about today in your life. Have you stopped at all today and said thank you for anything to God? Have you said thank you that you even woke up this morning? That you could breathe this morning? Do you know some people have trouble breathing and they have to have oxygen masks? That you can breathe? Did you thank God for that? Did you thank God that you can walk and move? You know, I've heard this before and it's kind of an interesting thought. It's a little saying that goes, what if you woke up today with only the things you thanked for God yesterday? You thanked God for yesterday. Think about that. If you woke up today and all you had was the things that you thanked God for yesterday, would you have anything? Now, that's an example. Of course, we're not going to wake up today, and hopefully we're not going to wake up today and everything's going to be gone. But it gets us to think. If I woke up today and all I had was the things that I thanked God for yesterday, would I have anything? Have I thanked God for anything? And we begin to think about that. Ooh, have I thanked Him for my health, for my family, my home, my food, this and this and this, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. There's so much we can be thankful for, and God wants to hear that. God was so happy when the one man came back and said thank you, and God wants us to give Him thanks too. Now, a good way that maybe you struggle remembering to say thank you and to be grateful for things, maybe what you could do is find a notebook at home, even a piece of paper, it doesn't matter, but maybe you have an extra little notebook or something. Take a little bit of time each day and start to write out something you're thankful for. Start with, I'm thankful, and whatever it would be. Try to maybe do that each day and think each day, what am I thankful for today? What am I thankful for today? And you know what? Maybe sometimes you go, I don't have anything to be thankful for. Pray and ask God to show you something that you can be thankful for. And I believe He will show you. And there's always something to be thankful for. Even in the worst of circumstances, there's always something. So I hope we're not like the 9 men with leprosy who didn't say thank you to Jesus. But I hope daily that we stop, we look around, and we say thank you to God for what He's done for us. Because He truly has done so much. Even if it doesn't look like it. You know what we talked about a few weeks ago? We talked about that perspective change. Maybe you need to change your perspective and look at things differently to see just how blessed you are and how many things you have to be thankful for. Now, I know specifically one thing this week that everybody can be thankful for. You want to know what it is? Do you guys know what this Sunday is? It's Mother's Day. We can be thankful for our mothers. Our moms do so much for us. They take care of us. They feed us. They help do our laundry. They help make us feel better when we're sick. They take us to school. They take us to our appointments, games. So much. The list goes on and on and on. And there's so many things that we don't even know about that our moms do for us. Now, I understand that some people don't have their moms around, and unfortunately, that's a sad truth for a lot of people. But you know what? Even if your mom isn't around, you still have some woman in your life who helps you. Maybe it's your grandma. Maybe it's an aunt. Maybe it's your cousin. You know what? Maybe even it's a teacher that you know who has done a lot for you in your life, who you're grateful for. There's always some woman that we can truly show gratitude for, even if our mom is not around. So maybe it's your grandma or your aunt who's taking care of you and helping you with your homework and helping you with your daily life. Be thankful for them this week. Show them gratitude. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe you could write a note to your teacher this week. Maybe they're still helping you with school. Even while we're at home, you can let them know how much you're grateful for them. You know what? It doesn't take a lot of fancy stuff or a lot of fancy gifts or anything. All you really need is a piece of paper and some pens, right? And you can write a note and say thank you to that special lady who has done so much for you. Whether it's your mom, your grandma, aunt, cousin, teacher, whoever it may be, you can show gratitude to them this week, because this is a time of the year that is specifically set aside for them. Sunday, Mother's Day, is specifically set aside for the women in our lives to say thank you to them for all that they do for us. So stop today and think of something that you can be thankful to and tell them thank you for. And you know what? Maybe you could show even a little bit of extra gratitude and help them with something. Maybe help do the dishes without being told. Maybe take out the trash without being told. What? Clean up your room without being told? What? That would be amazing. Just to show a little bit of extra gratitude. You know what? Maybe go up to your grandma or your mom or your aunt or whoever it is and just come up behind them and say, you know what, Grandma? I love you. Thank you for all that you do for me. Do you know what they would do? Like, what do you want? No. But they would be shocked. They'd go, you're welcome. And you know what? That would make them feel really good inside to hear that you're grateful for them. Everybody likes to be felt needed and likes to feel appreciated. And I know it would mean so much to them. So this week, I know what you can be thankful for. You can be thankful for that special woman in your life who helps take care of you. And everybody has someone who helps take care of them. No one is completely alone. No matter how alone you feel, you're not alone. All right, guys, be good this week. Don't forget to be thankful for your mom, aunt, grandma, cousin, whoever takes care of you. Maybe it's multiple people who help take care of you. You could write multiple notes and thank multiple people. I hope you guys have a good week this week. This week went by super fast, so before you know it, we're going to be back together again really, really soon, and I can't wait to see you guys. Be good, and don't forget how much God really, really loves each and every one of you, and I mean that so, so much. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.